Matt?
And J.J. Yaley starts all the way back in 42nd. You have had there's not many cars behind you. You've had a very eventful weekend so far.
I am. I've crashed both cars. The right rear quarter panels, I was mad at them. They understand what's going on now. You know, I've had so much bad luck or things happen here lately. I figure if I get it all out of my system before the race starts, I should be in good shape. So the Vigor Home Depot car, you can't even tell it's been wrecked. Guys did an excellent job. You know, if I had to start the back of a race, this is the best one to do it at. It's a real wide racetrack. You know, it's clean now, so I can go up by the fence. I can be all by myself. It'll give me all race to pass everybody, but I don't know, it makes it a lot more fun.
And confidence-wise, you like these type of high-speed racetracks?
I like high-speed racetracks. I like racetracks that you can pass that are real wide, and you know, you can get 4 or 5 abreast real easy here. Obviously, you still have to respect this place because it could bite you at any moment, sometimes twice in one day, but it's going to be a lot of fun. You know, I know there's a lot of fast guys this race. You know, there's 25 Cup guys. You definitely can't mess around too long. You'll never catch back up. So drop the green. I'll be 6 wide going for it.
He starts all the way back in 42nd. Marty?
Well, Matt, earlier this week, I put my life in that man's hands as I flew in Greg Biffle's helicopter with him. It would seem like to me this is more like riding a unicycle than a bicycle.
Yes.
It's very hard.
Yes, and I imagine a unicycle, once you're pedaling along, might be easier than standing still.
Can you drive a unicycle?
No, I cannot.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not going to try.
Why not? You've mastered everything else on wheels.
Bust my head open. Yeah.
So the objective is to take off from this platform you've built and, more importantly, land on this platform you've built, which doesn't seem very big to me.
Yeah, it's not really that big, but
from 100 feet, this thing looks probably really small.
From 100 feet, this looks like a pack of matches sitting on the ground, and you got to land on it.
And you can do this confidently?
I'm going to try.
Oh, thank you. You're instilling so much confidence in me, Greg, before we go up and risk our lives, you know?
No, we'll be fine.
Okay, good. And you can see more of that piece on Greg Biffle and his flying exploits after the PGA Championship tomorrow on TNT and the Bank of America Countdown to Green. Now, Biffle, are you a better pilot or race car driver?
Well, I tell you what, I love them both, but this is my passion right here. This gets my blood flowing. And I love driving these Busch Series cars and Nextel Cup cars. I love to drive race cars. So, but the helicopter's just as much fun recreation-wise. I don't get to do it a lot. But I have a lot of fun. I'm glad to drive this AmeriQuest car, and we'll have to go flying again sometime.
You're not a bad pilot because we came back safely and landed on that platform. I was very impressed with that.
Well, thanks. I've been working at it. I pride myself in trying to do things as good as I can and perfect, and I take it very seriously. It's not a game. It's something you have to be very conscious of, you know, what you're doing and around it. It's, you know, something that's very serious just like this. So I enjoy doing it.
The bigger question is for today, can you land this car in victory lane? Is that a possibility?
Yeah, that's it probably looks smaller than that landing band, but there's a lot of good guys up there, and you know, we'll just have to. I got 2-3 teammates up there that are pretty tough guys, so I think we can get up there and run with them. I just hope we get this going soon.
He said the one man that he's going to have to beat if he's going to land the car in victory lane today, Bill, Mark Martin.
That's for sure. Mark Martin starts on the pole here today. This is Mark's 52nd race at Michigan. 42 Cup races, 8 Busch races, 1 truck race. In this race, race number 52, he got his first pole at this track, and he will lead the field to the green flag. The Carfax 250 on TNT is brought to you by Carfax. Never buy a used car without Carfax. Get a Carfax Vehicle History Report. Ask your dealer or go to Carfax.com. By Smooth Busch Beer and easy drinking Busch Light. Busch, proud sponsor of the NASCAR Busch Series. And by State Farm. Great service and great rates. You can get it all from State Farm. You can see the covers have come off the cars on pit road, and the jet dryers finishing their work on this 2-mile D-shaped oval as we get ready for 250 miles of NASCAR Busch Series racing. Back down to pit road, here's Dave.
Well, even before that one, it was just the bullet one.
And guys, I'll take it from here. I'm at Brian Vickers' car right now. This is sort of a retro-looking paint scheme honoring Darrell Waltrip's run in the Mountain Dew car way back when. And Brian Vickers, gosh, I don't even think you were born at that time. But no, this has been pretty fun for you running this paint scheme. Were you?
No.
Okay, so they've told you about this car, though, and how special it was, right?
They told me all about it. It's a very special car. I know DW won his first championship in it. It's an honor to drive the Mountain Dew throwback 25 years, and looking forward to a good day. I think the car is pretty good. We were pretty good in happy hour, really happy with it. too loose to qualify real good, but I think that'll be good for the race.
All right, we'll keep our eye on it, and it will look good going around the Michigan International Speedway. Alan?
That is a new spelling of Jason Leffler's name. It's left turn, something Jason does very well. I just spoke with him a second ago. He's been instructed to get suited up and buckled in. I asked Jason if this crowded field ahead of him with people like Martin and Burton and so on is intimidating. He said no. He said challenging. Jason, one of the NASCAR Busch Series regulars, looking to see if he can knock off a top 10, maybe a top 5 finish today here at Michigan. Marty?
Alan Denny Hamlin, another one of those drivers suiting up right now. He qualified 5th, but he told me even though he qualified pretty well this morning, I don't know what the car is going to do in the race. Really didn't have a good feel for how it was in the final practice session. One thing I do know is that there's water right in the groove where I want to run, the middle of the racetrack. So he's going to take to the high line with Dale Earnhardt Jr. early in this race and see if the 8 and the 20 can work their way to the front. Matt?
Scott Riggs driving Ray Evernham's Busch car this weekend starts all the way back in 31st. A lot of optimism coming into this weekend. 2 starts here in the Busch car, a 5th and a 6th, but they have struggled. It's been a weekend of extremes for Riggs. Either he's been on the extreme tight side or the extreme loose side. They made a number of changes hoping to get this car dialed in, but he starts deep in the field this afternoon. Bill?
Thanks, Matt. You guys have a good day down there. Bill Weber along with Wally Dallenbach. Our partner Benny Parsons is with us here in Michigan, and he'll be up in the booth for Sunday's coverage of the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series. And as you've heard the guys talk about on pit road, this looks like a NASCAR Nextel Cup Series race because of all the talent from that garage that's in this race this afternoon.
Over half the field is Nextel Cup drivers. But, you know, this is just a fun racetrack to drive. It's not a hard track to drive. It's very wide. It's very smooth. But it's just a lot of fun to race here because you can run 2, 3 abreast, and there's enough room in between the cars where you can run side by side through the corners, not worry about getting loose. And it's just, and you can start in the back and make your way up. There's a lot of race room here, and that's why it's a favorite for a lot of drivers.
So they'll get a lot of seat time, a chance to get ready for Sunday's race. There are some guys here in this race today that are looking to gain experience this afternoon.
And it's also a great racetrack to gain experience because it's not a hard racetrack. It's a place that you can get the whole race under your belt. You can make a little bit of a mistake. You've got room at this racetrack to catch yourself. So it's not like a Bristol somewhere where everything is so tight and confined and you're always on top of it. This is a really good place for not only veterans but rookie drivers.
We talked earlier today, your car really has to be good at the start of this race, especially for the Busch Series, because there's not a lot of time to work on it.
Well, there isn't, because these races normally go green for so long. So you don't have an opportunity to come down pits and a lot of yellows to adjust your car. It needs to be good right off the start, because if it's not, you'll see the leaders take off and they'll lap a lot of guys if it doesn't go yellow.
How about fuel mileage? Always critical at a place like Michigan, certainly California as well.
It really is. You'll see a lot of the guys drafting. I mean, especially towards the end of the race, you'll see a lot of drafting trying to save fuel. But, you know, it's just going to be fun to see all the different lines. You talked about Junior running high and Tony Stewart running low, and there'll be guys in the middle. And it's just one of those places, like I said, where nobody's really going to be thinking about fuel mileage till halfway or later, but it will come into play.
So it's fun to race, but it's also a lot of fun to watch them race here.
Absolutely.
All right, so 43 cars on pit road, getting ready for the command. Let's take a look at the championship standings coming into the race here this afternoon for the NASCAR Busch Series at the Michigan International Speedway. Kevin Harvick continues to lead in those championship standings and a runaway leader after 24 of the 35 races in 2006. Everybody else pretty much trying to improve their position. Carl Edwards, Denny Hamlin, Clint Boyer, J.J. Yaley round out the top 5, and you see the points all the way back to 10th place, Kenny Wallace. Going to be a lot of fun this afternoon. Glad you've been patiently waiting for us. Let's take you trackside now and get the words you've been waiting to hear.
And now, race fans, it's time for the most famous words in motorsports. And here is our Grand Marshal, Chairman of Carfax, Stephen Polk.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Cars roar to life on pit road. 6 former Michigan winners in the field. Mark Martin, 2 victories here. Earnhardt, Burton, Waltrip, Harvick, and Kyle Busch all won.